Hey folks, ET here coming at you with the pre-market prep. So let's get to it. We have made it to CPI day. So happy CPI day. Yesterday, we had a very nice range. That's something that I was hoping for, that I talked about in yesterday's pre-market prep, that we could hopefully cover a little bit of range. So chopped for a little bit during the day, but for the most part, we had a nice drop, a nice pop, and then we just kind of stuck around as we went there. Keep an eye on convergence as we were dropping that whole time yesterday. Convergence was gray while MNF was green. I talked about it on X. Always keep an eye right there. Okay, jumping into our decks, a red deck. So we're just going green, red, keeping us in a bit of a tight range, which is what's actually happening right now. Flow map, no shock here. We were mostly bearish going into the close yesterday. Remember, this is a live snapshot though, so you want to keep an eye on it as the market opens. So everything to the left is sold, everything to the right is bought. Put calls being sold bearish, puts being bought bearish. Obviously, we got that day. Let's move along to our divs. Nothing too crazy here. There are a lot of positive divs near the end of the day, though, and we do have CPI. We had that late day bullish MNF. Let's see if we end up getting a pop off of CPI initially. We'll find out soon enough. Customer sentiment. This is absolutely wild. This is a abrupt move from here to here. Look, I don't even think they took any profits yesterday. They just held. They just kept up as bullish here as we went along. It is an insane bar of the same size, maybe slightly bigger. Let's see if we remember, when they get too extreme, and this is subjective, sometimes we see a little bit of a reversal and that abrupt move to the other direction. Keep an eye for the potential there. Dark pools. No sig prints to worry about, but once again, we're sitting around that 579 area as our largest on the ag. Mark these on your charts. That's a big one. The further we get away from this, the longer it stays down here, and the longer price gravitates away from it, the sooner, or not the sooner, but the sooner rather than later, in my brain kicks in saying that will at some point be a downside target. Jumping into our gamma, let's go ahead and see what everything looks like. So we are sitting at, hold on one second, let me take a look real quick. We are sitting at 595.70 in the pre-market session, so kind of around that same range. We have a 594 right here. So on the ag, 594 is important. Biggest pull is still 600. Got a range to 601. Got a repel all the way up here at 620, and some pretty decent sized pulls up here to the upside as well. And we've got that 570 all the way down there, and then this 550-ish area, 555-ish area we've talked about is very far away at the moment. So let's go ahead and dig in today, though. Let's go ahead and see what 1113 says and see what kind of range we might end up having. So, interesting here. We have two opposing pulls almost of equal size at 604 and 586. So happy CPI. They're out to give us a little bit of shenanigans there for sure. A ton of repel from 602 to 590. So no shocker to me. It will not be, especially with a pull this size here and here, would be no shocker to me if somehow we managed to cover 590 to 602 based off of CPI and sticking that range. Huge repels here though. 597 is going to be very important, and if we end up going to the gutter, 590 is going to be very important. So keep an eye there. So that's really, it's hard to predict how we're going to initially react to CPI. But we do have a pretty good, even 597 to 590, we're pretty far away from that. So let's say pre-market, we dip down to 590. Okay, let's just say we dip down there because of CPI, they don't like the print, and we hold, then we know we could probably start looking upwards of 597. Below that, and it's a shit show, it starts to get kind of bearish. There's nothing here stopping it from going down. But up here, above 597, we do have some stops all the way up to 602. All right, that is all for now. Everybody have a good day. Stay safe out there and go get that Oprah money.